Today we're gonna look at 3.2 scaffolding display image carousel. It says using the display inline block is a great mix of both worlds. Create a row of images that renders like the following screenshot. Each image needs to be wrapped inside a different div. So that's what I did over here. So I have my div. If I let's see the whole thing. It's just a regular old HTML template. And it says add images here. So I have a div main container. And I keep all my mini divs inside here. And then I have an image inside of a div. And I call my class picture. And I have my images over here. And I have my URL of the image. Right? And how do I get the URL of an image? Well, I just searched animal image URLs. And then when I have the animal image, all I do after that is I right click and I say copy image address. If you paste the image address over here, there you have just a standard image. Okay, so then you paste it over here. Now what you'll notice is that a lot of you will have an ampersand here and an ampersand here, and you'll get this error message here. It says name entity expected, got none. Okay, you're not allowed to use ampersand in HTML. So what you do is you use %26 every time that comes up, and that will get switched to, that's just a code that you have to know, %26. Okay, and as you can see, I already changed it to %26 in all of my URLs. %26, that was an ampersand when I copied and pasted my pictures. So I have my pictures, and if I run them, I see that I have all these big, large images, and there's no real design to it. So we're going to change that with CSS. When we go to CSS, what do we have? We have our main container class. So to access it, we could say main container. And I don't know what we want to do there, but let's see what else we have. And each div has a class of picture. So let's change that as well. Dot picture. And what are we gonna do? We're gonna call it, let's give a width and width to be 100 pixels and a height to be 100 pixels. Run our code here. And as we can see, nothing's really changed. It's now all over each other. So let's try something else. Let's play display block. Let's see what happens. Run that. Of course, block is a default. Let's try inline. We can run that. For some reason, they're popping up right underneath each other. Let's try inline block. See how that works. And no matter what we do, it doesn't seem like we can get it. First of all, we can't get it small. So what happens is, why we're getting this image in this fashion is because we're setting the div equal to 100 pixels, but the picture is still being large. So now what we have to do, we can refer to image in this fashion. And we can say width, and we can say something like 100%, or pixels to be honest, and height to also be 100% of our container. Okay, what that does is the image takes on 100% of its container, which is picture, which is 100 pixels. If we run this code now, we see that we have a bunch of inline images. Okay, and because it was inline block, it worked as well. Let's see what would happen if we said if we called it block. Let's try inline. So let's say inline without the block. Run this. It wouldn't work. What we have to do is change it to inline. Give it the inline block property. Make sense? And that's how you do 3.2 scaffolding.